We are live at the NBC World Series here in Wichita as the Goldpanners make their return after 6 years away from Kansas. And Goldpanners going for their 7th national title here at the NBC World Series. The National Baseball Congress now being played at X Stadium, Tyler Field here at Wichita State University after many, many years at Lawrence Dumont Stadium, which was demolished after the 2018 season. This is the 91st year of the National Baseball Congress World Series. And the Goldpanners trying to win their first title since 2002 when they defeated the arch-rival Anchorage Glacier Pilots in the championship game. This is already day 3 of the NBC World Series tournament, and this is the first game for the Goldpanners. They are getting set to take on the GPS Legends, the GPS Legends from Texas, and the Goldpanners, of course, from Fairbanks, Alaska. This is the opening game for both teams, and this is game 2 of round-the-clock baseball here in Wichita. Yes, they're playing 33 hours of baseball, 11 straight games through tonight and tomorrow. Goldpanners will be part of that as they will play again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Now, of course, these are all subject to time because it depends on how long games go. They move pretty quickly here because there's a 90-second clock between innings. There's a pitch clock on all the pitchers. So games move fast here. There's also a mercy rule, and all the games yesterday finished by way of the mercy rule. And we had a good one here earlier today to start round-the-clock baseball. That was the Junction City Brigade defeating TPA Texas 11-7. TPA Texas are the Goldpanners' opponent tomorrow at 6 p.m., and we will have that for you on these same airwaves. We welcome you all to PannerVision on the internet side and on the radio in Fairbanks, ESPN Radio 107.9 FM, 820 AM. Let's go through these starting lineups between the Goldpanners and Legends here today. For the visiting Legends, they will start with Joe Sandusky, the second baseman. He'll be followed by first baseman Dayton Taki, Hudson Hartgrove playing short and batting third. Chase Frick is the cleanup hitter in playing right field. Batting fifth is third baseman Nano Mendoza. In the sixth spot, it's left fielder Colby Fowler. Batting seventh, the designated hitter Andrew Wartha Wren. Catching Rafael Pelletier and Caleb Small, playing center field and batting ninth. Parker Edwards, the veteran graduate, will pitch for the Legends. Number 57, Parker Edwards on the hill. And now for your home team, Goldpanners. They will start with Owen Mealy in right. Shortstop, a couple of newcomers in the lineup for the Goldpanners, including the two-hitting shortstop Sam Stevenson. Batting third will be Ian Armstrong. He's playing first base today. Matthew Pinal is the cleanup hitter, and he is the DH. Batting fifth, Vinny Venverlo, the third baseman. Left fielder Garrett Davidson in the sixth spot. And the 7, 8, and 9 for the Goldpanners, David Shackelford in center. The new catcher, Christian Olea, and second baseman Cole Clark. So the newcomers, Sam Stevenson and Christian Olea for the Goldpanners. Olea, a recent graduate of Arkansas Tech, where third base coach Dave Dawson coaches. And Sam Stevenson from Northwestern State out of Springdale, Arizona, an infielder getting the start at short. Goldpanners losing some players late in the season, and so have added some to the roster here for the NBC World Series. You can have as many as 30 on your roster. Goldpanners have 23 right now, but the 23 they have, boy oh boy, have been sensational this summer. What a year for Fairbanks. Completed a remarkable season at Groudon. The Goldpanners went 24-5 at home, and overall the Goldpanners are 31-5. 31-5 Fairbanks. What a year for the Panners. Right now, highest winning percentage all time with at least 3 games to go and hopefully much more. Getting the call for the Goldpanners tonight to start this ball game is Connor Wolf, the Wolf of Missouri, number 36. Just completed his third season at Central Missouri, although he did not play this past season due to a back injury. It took him a while to get in good pitching shape again, but he seems to really be finding his groove now here late in the summer, just in time. Connor will play at Western Kentucky this upcoming season for his senior year. And Connor Wolf gets the call for the Goldpanners. He's loosening up right now. 12th appearance and 6th start. He's allowed 17 runs over 31 innings, but much better his last few outings. Wolf, over his last 3 starts, has combined for 16 innings and just 3 runs allowed, as he seems to be finding his footing here in a Goldpanner uniform. It is hot, 93 degrees here, high humidity in Wichita. On the campus of Wichita State University, you see the mascot Woo out in center field, and the W on the mound. It's all turf here at Wichita State, this gorgeous facility. Panners have worked out the last couple of days here, having some days off after arriving in town, sleeping off the red eye and getting adjusted to the heat and the surroundings. And now the Panners, who have been just chomping at the bit to get on the field, are fired up to play ball here at X Stadium. Garrow Von Dane with you live here in Wichita, Kansas. First time we've played on the road since going 7-0 in Grand Forks, BC to win the GFI. And Panners unbeaten on the road, and at 17 minutes past 3 Central Time, Connor Wolf deals the first pitch to Joe Sandusky, the right-handed hitter for the GPS Legends, and it's smoked up the middle for a base hit. So Sandusky takes the first pitch and drives it into center field for a leadoff single. That'll bring up Dayton Talkie for the Legends, who are wearing baby blue tops with red numerals and white trim. Goldpanners wearing the red jerseys with the snow-capped letters across the front spelling Alaska. The red caps with a star and 49. Goldpanners baseball here on PannerVision and ESPN Radio Fairbanks, brought to you by Diamond Fencing. And Wolf deals the first pitch to Dayton Talkie. And that swung on. It popped up high left side, shading his eyes as Venverlo, foul territory. It bounces off the top of the wall over there. I think Vinny just had trouble picking it up in that sunlight, even with the sunglasses on. Let's go around the Goldpanner defense while we have a moment. Catching is Christian Olea. Ian Armstrong at first base. Cole Clark at second. Sam Stevenson, the new shortstop. Vinny Venverlo at third. It's Garrett Davidson in left. David Shackelford in center, and Owen Mealy in right. Panners hoping to stay hot with the bats. There goes the runner from first. The throw from Olea will not get the runner. So a stolen base for Sandusky gets into scoring position here in the top of the first. These are all 9-inning games. However, there is a mercy rule that has been applied a whole lot so far in the tournament. Been some blowouts, including all 4 games yesterday. And this is the second game of the day as we begin baseball around the clock. 33 hours or so of baseball games here. There's a lot of people here that are going to watch every game live in attendance. Connor Wolf with a 2-ball, 1-strike count to Talkie. And Sandusky at second base. And this one's lined into right for a base hit. Mealy gets it on 1 hop. The runner will be held at third as the throw comes in. And just like that, first and third for the GPS Legends here, as Connor Wolf is trying to record an out here in the first inning. Wolf, familiar surroundings somewhat. Tipton, Missouri native, and played at Central Missouri the last few years. Climate not a whole lot different than here in Kansas. And here's Hudson Hartgrove. Wolf trying to get in front of hitters here and get that first out. And now runners at the corners with nobody out here in the top of the first inning for the Legends. Runner takes off for second. Here's the throw, and he is out at second base. Olea with the throw, and Clark with the tag. Taki caught stealing. Goes 2-4 and takes care of the runner. And so now a runner at third with one down. That is a big first out. And Hartgrove batting now and awaiting the first pitch. And they say he did not go. Hudson Hartgrove in the 3 spot. Out of Round Rock, Texas and Louisiana Tech University. Freshman. Swing and a miss. A lot of youth on this team, but they are throwing a graduate, Parker Edwards, who had a very good career at Houston Christian University. A lot of Texas universities from the players on the Legends roster, as you might expect. Here's the 2-0, and it's a base hit to left, and that puts the Legends on the board. Sandusky scores on the RBI single from Hudson Hartgrove, and the Legends have a 1-0 lead. And thank goodness for the caught stealing, otherwise be in some big trouble here in the first inning, but still not out of the woods here. Runner at first, just 1 out, 3 straight hits off of Connor Wolf to start this ball game. Brings up Chase Frick in the cleanup spot. Chase Frick now will try to move runners around as Frick, Troy, Texas native from Temple College, another youngster, freshman. Frick and then Nano Mendoza. The Legends score first here against the Goldpanners. The Panners won the coin toss to see who would be the home team. That one's fouled back towards us. And head coach Carlos Gonzalez chose to be the home team today. The GPS Legends, GPS stands for God Provides Strength, a Christian-based team in Texas. There goes the runner from first. Pitches inside. Olea's throw was a bouncer on the third base side of the bag, so unable to get the runner. Hartgrove. A couple stolen bases and a caught stealing so far here in the top of the first. And make no mistake, the Legends know what they're up against here with this Goldpanner team that comes in with the big name here in Wichita. Everyone excited to have the Goldpanners back. Panners were the team here for decades, winning 6 championships, 4 of those in the 70s, another in the 80s, and then 2002. And haven't been here very much over the last couple decades. But the reputation precedes the Panners, and a high seed, top seed in the pool of the 4 pools, 16 teams to start this tournament. And here's Chase Frick. 1-0 Legends, still just 1 out in the inning. Payoff pitch gets a swing and a miss, and Wolf strikes out Frick for out number 2. Let's see if Wolf can get out of this first inning with no more damage and settle into this ball game. Remember, these guys have been so antsy to get on the field after not playing the last few days. Getting some stretching and throwing in at the facility here adjacent to the ballpark. This place is gorgeous. I mean, why this Wichita State Shockers program isn't better is beyond me. I know they're in the Missouri Valley Conference, not a huge big-name conference, but a lot of great history with the Shockers in the 80s, 90s, even 2000s. A lot of trips to the College World Series. Long list of major leaguers. This one is hit hard to left and going big and making the catch is Davidson for the final out. A line shot from Mendoza. Davidson makes the catch. And that's it for the Legends here in the first inning, but they do score on 3 base hits. They leave a man on, and the Goldpanners are coming to bat here, trailing 1-0 in Wichita. Great to be with you live from X Stadium here on the campus of Wichita State University. Garrow Von Dane calling Goldpanners baseball here on PannerVision. Also ESPN Radio Fairbanks, 107.9 FM and 8:20 AM. Chris Carlson engineering here in the press box at Wichita State. Greetings to all of our friends back at the Botel tuned into Goldpanners baseball. Cheers, all y'all. We're enjoying our time in Wichita, Kansas these last few days, and now finally getting on the field here as the Panners open up play here on day 3. It's baseball round-the-clock day, and the Goldpanners come to bat here trailing 1-0. And Owen Mealy will lead things off. What a season for Owen Mealy. He has been on fire the last few weeks. He'll be a freshman at Cal Poly out of Thousand Oaks, California. Mealy takes a pitch down low from Parker Edwards, the 6'4" right-hander, or 6'5", depending on which site you look at. Either way, a tall right-handed graduate from Houston Christian University. Throws hard here, too. There's a chopper towards second. It's the first baseman trying to make a throw to Edwards. Taki's throw, though, was off the mark, so safe at first base is Mealy. And I think they're going to give that a hit, but waiting to see what they put up on the scoreboard. Mealy is on safely at first. That's what counts. And yes, that's a base hit for Mealy. And so he reaches, bringing up the newest Goldpanner, Sam Stevenson, one of the 2 new guys. Also a new pitcher on the roster. The pitcher is Brett Maddock, a right-hander from Oakdale, California, out of Kansas Wesleyan. So here's Sam Stevenson. Our first look at Sam at the plate. Right-handed hitter fouls one out of play. Stevenson from Northwestern State, out of Springdale, Arizona, right-handed hitter. Stevenson and then Ian Armstrong. Mealy at first base with Parker Edwards on the bump. Working from the first base side of the rubber, Edwards throws the first. From what we've seen so far, this right-hander has some gas. Legends have never won the NBC World Series. Kind of some usual suspects in recent years. Last year, though, the Hayes Larks finally getting over the hump and winning their first ever NBC title. Before that, the Hutchinson Monarchs from Kansas, and then the Santa Barbara Foresters have won a whole bunch over the last 20 years. They are here in the tournament, expected to be very good. They won in run rule fashion last night. Stevenson stands in with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Panners trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Here's Edwards' 2-1 delivery, and it's chopped towards third. This is trouble, though, and it goes foul. Everybody would have been safe if that stays fair. Panners with a runner at first and nobody out. Stevenson the batter. The tournament started a couple of days ago. The couple games that were moved up because of an impending storm. The Dodge City A's defeated the Seattle Cheney Studs 8-0. They run rule the Studs, who were sloppy in that game. Swing and a miss. Stevenson can't catch up to that fastball away. 1 down for Ian Armstrong. The Hayes Larks hung on to beat the Seattle Blackfins in the other game on day 1. The Larks over the Blackfins 6-5. And then Friday, 4 games, all decided by the mercy rule. The Lone Star Kraken, they've been real good here at the tournament. They defeated the Oklahoma MVP 10-1 in the first game of the day. There was a ball inside to Armstrong. Lone Star Collegiate beat the BTL Hornets 11-zip. The Hutchinson Monarchs over the San Diego Stars 13-5. And then the final game, the Santa Barbara Foresters all over the Derby Twins 11-1 in a game that had a rain delay in the middle. That one's in the turf and it skips away from catcher Pelletier. And jogging over to second base is Mealy on the wild pitch. 1-0 Legends here in the bottom of inning number 1. We are thrilled to be in the press box here. The air conditioning as it is a hot one today. Goldpanners have been hydrating and trying to stay cool and ready themselves for this hot afternoon game. The 2-0 to Armstrong. And he pops it up high into shallow center field, but a long run and coming and getting underneath it to make the catch is Small. And Armstrong is out number 2, brings up Matthew Pinal. Pinal, the designated hitter who has added so much to this Goldpanner team since arriving a few weeks ago for his second tour with the Goldpanners. Matthew has had 30 at-bats so far this summer. He's 13 for 30. So just under the 500 mark. Pinal, the DH, two-way player, will also pitch here at the tournament, where he's also probably the hardest thrower on this Goldpanner team. And Pinal hits one into right center field, a base hit. Mealy will be waved around third, and he will score. And we're tied at 1 here in the first inning. Matthew Pinal does it again with an RBI here in the first. And we got a 1-1 ball game. Boy, it just feels good to get on the board if you're the Goldpanners and not face a deficit for long. This is a tournament I mentioned that has a pitch clock and a between inning clock. Games move very fast, and if you're behind in games, it's hard to get any momentum because things just happen so quickly and innings just fly by. And there's a ground ball to short off the bat of Venverlo. And the force out at second base goes 6-4. That's it for the Goldpanners here in the bottom of the first inning, but they tie it up on the RBI single from Matthew Pinal. It's a 1-1 game from Wichita, Kansas here at the NBC World Series on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Garrow Von Dane here at X Stadium on the campus of Wichita State University, just east of downtown. Goldpanners have finally begun play here at the 91st National Baseball Congress World Series. Panners taking on the GPS Legends out of Texas, and Connor Wolf out for his second inning of work. The Wolf of Missouri, who will be at Western Kentucky this upcoming season, gave up 3 straight hits to open up the ball game, but got out of the inning with just 1 run surrendered. And now we'll face Colby Fowler, Andrew Arthur Wren, and Raphael Pelletier. 6, 7, and 8 spots in the Legends batting order. Legends took a 1-0 lead in the top of the first. Goldpanners responded with a run in the bottom of the first inning. Mealy reaching with a leadoff single, and then Pinal with a 2-out base hit to bring him in. Here's a little bloop into right, and just a few steps in for Mealy. It takes care of Colby Fowler with a fly ball to right. 1 down here in the second inning brings up Andrew Arthur Wren. Great to be coming at you with us, coming at you from ESPN Radio Fairbanks, 107.9 FM and 820 AM, and on PannerVision. On PannerVision, we will have the full video and audio broadcast to upload later. If you're listening, you can also watch the feed on the NBC World Series and listen to us. NBC World Series has their own video feed, and then you just mute that and tune into us here on PannerVision on the audio side of thing, brought to you by Fairbanks Community Food Bank and Power and Transmission. Connor Wolf with a 1-0 pitch. Check swing. He did not go, so it's 2-0 on Andrew Arthur Wren for the GPS Legends. Andrew Arthur Wren from Round Rock, Texas, out of Concordia University in Texas. There's Concordias all over the place. Nebraska, California. There's a big swing and a miss from the big left-handed hitting Andrew Arthur Wren. 6', 215. And he'll be a freshman at Concordia, Texas. And the 2-1 pitch misses for 3-1. And we have to share some sad news that we got yesterday as NBC Hall of Fame umpire and former Major League umpire, longtime umpire up in Alaska for the Goldpanners, Bob Homolka, passing away yesterday. Bob, who many of us knew very well from his years at Fairbanks and around the nation in baseball. He umpired in the College World Series. He umpired in the major leagues, famously ringing up Barry Bonds 5 times in a game and also calling Hideo Nomo's first no-hitter for the Dodgers. And Bob was a friend of ours, and many of us. And our condolences out to Bob's family and friends. Bob was a unique guy, that is for sure. One down here for Rafael Pelletier with Wren at first base on the base on balls. Pelletier's first at bat, the catcher for the Legends, again in the baby blue tops. Goldpanners in the red uniforms on the field. Panners winning the coin toss and electing to be the home team for the final at bat. And a strike called. 0-2 on Pelletier. Second game of the day and second game of baseball round the clock for the next 33 hours or so. The games at midnight, and the Seattle Studs have had to wait since losing on day one of the tournament 8-0. They've had to wait the last few days. You always want to get back on the field quickly after a loss like that. They're scheduled to play at 3 in the morning tonight. Ground ball to first, fielded, stepping on the bag, the throw to second for the tag out. What a play. Armstrong at first base, throwing to Stevenson for the tag, and the double play ends the top of the second. 1-1 ball game. We'll head to the bottom of the second when we come back on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Goldpanners baseball on PannerVision and ESPN Radio Fairbanks 107.9 FM 820 AM, brought to you by Jerry and Howard Maxwell and Revive Medical. And it's great to have you with us here live from Wichita, Kansas, as the Goldpanners take on the GPS Legends here from X Stadium, the turf at X Stadium. I see the bullpen on the Wichita State side is the Mike Pelfrey bullpen. I remember watching Mike Pelfrey pitch for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots against the Goldpanners a couple seasons. Mike Pelfrey major leaguer, and All-American at Wichita State. What a list they have. I posted the list of All-Americans and some of the major leaguers on my Twitter page over the last few days. Been putting a whole bunch of stuff up if you haven't seen it. Garrett Davidson leads off here in the bottom of the second inning, a 1-1 ball game. Each team getting a run in the first. Davidson, Shackelford, and Olea do up here. 6, 7, and 8 spots in the Goldpanner batting order. And the right-hander deals one that's fouled out of play off the left-handed bat of Garrett Davidson for the Goldpanners. Davidson, freshman from UC San Diego, was a little banged up late in the season, so had some off time and seems to be feeling better. Davidson takes a pitch down in the turf. Wichita State players like Joe Carter and Pat Mears, so many guys. It's a team I watched as a kid. They were always on TV during the College World Series. Watching Darren Dreifert, who went on to pitch for the Dodgers also. So a proud program here trying to get back on its feet here at Wichita State. Had a tough year this year, finishing under 500. They were above 500 at home, but only 5 wins on the road. And it's ball 4. Davidson, a leadoff walk here in the second inning. Panners got the leadoff runner on in the bottom of the first on a single from Mealy. And now they get the leadoff spot on here in the second inning for David Shackelford. You know, the Panners have been batting so well in the month of July. Batting over 300 as a team now. The Panners are up to 304. Shackelford takes a fastball inside for ball 1. Junior from Hope International, La Habra, California native. With Olea on deck, awaiting his first Goldpanner at bat. Shack with a runner at first and nobody out. In the right-handed pitch comes home, they ground ball to second, throw to second for 1, and then the throw goes into the dugout on the attempt at the double play. So Davidson erased 4-6, but Shackelford reaches on the fielder's choice. So 1 down for Christian Olea. Now our first look at Olea at the plate. Watched him batting practice yesterday. He's long and lanky, 6'4", 195, just finished up at Arkansas Tech. Tucson, Arizona native who is going to make his home in Arkansas. Fell in love with that state the last few years, playing for Goldpanner third base coach Dave Dawson. Over its first base, it's Matthew Gonzalez. Goldpanners are coached by Carlos Gonzalez, third-year coach, second-year field manager, and a lover of all things Fairbanks. Lined into right center field, a base hit for Olea, and his first Goldpanner at bat. And Dave Dawson told us he's going to hit. Do not worry about this kid. He will hit. Coach Gonzalez saying, I'm not really even concerned if he hits. I just want him to be able to catch. And hey, if we can get both. Goldpanners losing catcher Efron Ortega at the end of the regular season as he had to depart. And Ian Armstrong has been pretty banged up the last few weeks. He hasn't caught it all. So now it's all on the shoulders of Christian Olea, who now singles to put runners at first and second with 1 out for Cole Clark in the 9 spot. Cole Clark from Huntington Beach, California, UC Irvine, slaps one into left, starting in, moving back, and tricked by that one, but making the catch as Fowler in left. That ball almost went over his head, but Clark lines out to left for the second out of the inning, and that will bring up Owen Mealy, who I mentioned was red hot. Owen, coming into this game, was 20 for his last 40. That's a long stretch of batting .500. Mealy has just had a remarkable season. And he bats here with the runners at first and second. Mealy, a .394 hitter right now. Only Matthew Pinal with a higher average, and Pinal is just 31 at bats. Mealy with 66. And the 0-1 to Mealy from Edwards. Way outside. Ball and a strike. I mentioned Edwards throws hard. Mealy can get a hold of one. And he's got the power to go yard, but this is a big park. It's 330 down the lines, 390 to center, and 375 in the gaps. Here's the 1-1. Swung on a chop towards short. Hartgrove will throw to second for the force out, and that does it for the Goldpanners here in the bottom of the second. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left on here in the second inning. We are tied at 1 after 2. Back with more Goldpanners baseball on PannerVision and ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Welcome back to Wichita, Kansas here at the 91st Annual NBC World Series. Garrow Von Dane with you live as the Panners take on the GPS Legends here on day 3 of the tournament. And game 1 for both teams. Panners tomorrow will face TPA Texas, who just lost prior to this game to go to 0-1. A lot of baseball coming your way. If you want to watch any of the games, any or all, in this NBC World Series, you can watch it on the NBC Baseball website. They're carrying every game. So you can get familiar with some of the other clubs when we're not on the air. We start the top of the 3rd inning here at X Stadium, home of the Wichita State Shockers, and Connor Wolf on the bump, facing Caleb Small in the 9 spot. 1 run on 3 base hits so far for the Legends. This one's popped up out of the reach of catcher Olea. And so Small is down 0-1. Caleb Small from Round Rock, Texas, Texas Lutheran University. I've mentioned Round Rock multiple times. There's 6 players from Round Rock on this Legends roster. Coached by Darryl Reeves, Matt Mazak, and Matthew Hartgrove. Goldpanners, I mentioned Carlos Gonzalez, field manager. Assisted by pitching coach Vince Payne, Dave Dawson, and Matthew Gonzalez. This one is popped high and out of play. It's a big ballpark, high grandstands. So we are way up high here, much higher than our perch at Groud Memorial Park back in Fairbanks. Here in the flatlands, the plains, Wichita, Kansas. Wolf's pitch is up and in. It's 1-2 on Caleb Small, leading off the top of the 3rd inning of this 1-1 ball game. Love their baseball here in Kansas. This tournament for so many years at Lawrence Dumont Stadium downtown, which was imploded, and a new ballpark there now for the AA affiliate of the Minnesota Twins, the Wichita Wind Surge. And this ball is fair, right over the third base bag. Almost a check swing. And it goes the other way and keeps it just fair to get a leadoff double. Caleb Small. Not very hard hit, but hard enough to get past Van Verlo and right over the third base bag into left field. So Small into scoring position with nobody out. As we go to the top of the order to Joe Sandusky, who singled, stole a base, and scored in the top of the first. The Legends had 3 straight hits to open up the ball game. Wolf, good job to limit the damage to 1 run in the first. Did not allow a run in the second. It now has to work with a runner at second and nobody out. Here in the top of the third, corner infielders drawn in. Wolf's pitch to Sandusky is fouled out of play. Right-handed hitting Sandusky against the righty Wolf. Some of these Goldpanner players from the Midwest, so families able to come to town, including Jonah Walker's family, who was kind enough to bring me a Nebraska Cornhuskers shirt. Much appreciated, and bringing cold packs for the whole team and us. Jonah Walker from Lincoln, Nebraska. And 0-2 here on Sandusky. Dayton Taki to follow. And the 0-2 pitch. Well outside 1-2, trying to get him to chase something off the plate. Started our day with a trip to the Old Town Farm Market right across the street from our beautiful hotel. We are living large down here. Yeah. Hotel Old Town. Old Town is such a cool part of Wichita. It's, as it sounds, it's the old part of town with the brick roads and the old warehouses that have been converted into storefronts and hotels and businesses. Great place to be. Enjoyed the last few days here in Wichita, doing the tour of Mexican food and tacos. Sandusky awaits another 2-2 from Wolf. And this one is blooped down the right field line, but it slices foul out of play. Caught up with my old friends, the Circle of Love, a group that's been attending this NBC World Series for decades, religiously. They have a tailgate out beyond the center field fence, and they come in and out of the ballpark all day and night for ball games. Old friends of mine, Mickey, Beth, and the gang. It's been fun to see those guys. Some of my old scout friends here in the ballpark, too. We haven't been here in 6 years. 2019, the last time the Goldpanners played in the NBC World Series. Joe Sandusky, the batter, with a 3-ball, 2-strike count now and a runner at second, nobody out. Wolf with a big payoff pitch here. Gets the swing and the miss. Strikes out Sandusky. 1 down here in the third. Needed that strikeout with a runner at second to lead things off. And now Dayton Taki, the batter, he also singled in the first inning. Wichita, an underrated city. It's a pretty cool spot. Good food, a lot of fun to be had. And yeah, super flat. I've been to Mount Sunflower before, the highest point of Kansas, and you can't even see that it's anything more than a pancake. It just happens to be the highest point of elevation. It's not a mountain at all. It's just part of the joke. The 0-1 pitch to Taki. Runner dancing off second, but staying put. Wolf misses inside. It's 1-1. To David Taki from Weatherford, Texas, and Oklahoma University. They have some Division I players on this roster. Mentioned Oklahoma, Louisiana Tech, University of Pennsylvania. More Louisiana Tech, University of Kentucky, and a lot of junior colleges too. And D2, this one's popped up left side foul territory, but running out of room is Van Verlo. There was a leadoff double for Caleb Small. A little three-quarter swing. He poked one the other way that went right over the third base bag for a double. Then Sandusky struck out against Connor Wolf. And now Dayton Tonke bats with a ball and 2 strikes. As Wolf tries to take care of him with Hartgrove on deck. Wolf's pitch just misses. 2-2 on Tonke. Mentioned big day of ball games. Baseball round the clock day. And that is called strike 3. Tonke takes one right over the plate after a close one right before that. So Tonke frozen by Wolf. 2 down now against Hudson Hartgrove. And boy, Wolf's going to be fired up if he can strand that runner at second after the leadoff double. Other ball games today after this one, the defending champion Hayes Larks take on Oklahoma MVP. The Larks are 1-0 after that win over the Seattle Blackfins. The Blackfins play after the Larks. They take on the Lone Star Kraken. And the games just keep going throughout the night. Here's the 1-0 with the runner on the move. The throw to third goes into left field, and that's going to bring the run in. Small will score on a big mistake by the Goldpanners there. Olea tried to make the throw to third. Wasn't going to get him. And it goes into left field, and the Legends take a 2-1 lead on the error charged to Christian Olea. And now Hudson Hartgrove stands into the 1-0 count. And this is 2 balls and no strikes. Well, Wolf that close to possibly getting out of this inning untouched. But the error brings the run in. And that one's up and in for ball 4. So the inning will continue now with Hartgrove reaching safely for the second straight plate appearance, and now Chase Frick struck out swinging in the first. We'll bat here with a runner on and 2 down. It's now a 2-1 lead for the Legends here in the top of the 3rd inning. Chase Frick, Temple College, Goldpanners baseball, brought to you by Alaska Oil and Gas and Teresa Bacher. Great to have you with us on PannerVision and ESPN Radio Fairbanks, 107.9 FM and 820 AM. Hope you can join us throughout this NBC World Series. We're scheduled to play again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time. That's 3 p.m. in the 49th state. This one's fouled right back towards us. But follow my Twitter page at Voice of G-Man. Well, we will keep you updated on game times, start times, because there's overruns, pushing games back. And again, my Twitter is at Voice of G-Man, where I'm posting a lot of pictures. They got the runner picked off at first. Wolf picks off Hartgrove. Pickoff goes 1-3. And that's it for the Legends, but they take the lead here in the top of the 3rd. It's 2-1 Legends in front of the Goldpanners on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Great to have you with us here from Wichita State University X Stadium, Tyler Field, Goldpanners baseball. I'm Garo Von Dane, Chris Carlson engineering here. And you're listening to Goldpanners on PannerVision and ESPN Radio Fairbanks back home. Goldpanners trailing again here. It's now a 2-1 ball game. Let's see if they can even this thing back up here in the bottom of the third. Sam Stevenson, Ian Armstrong, and Matthew Pinal due up. This Goldpanner team that has averaged 8 runs per game this year. Scoring a lot of runs, but different environment now. That can change a lot of things. And a bunch of days off. Goldpanners haven't played since the home finale at Groudon back on Monday. Well, it's been a while. Takes a minute to get the timing back and such. Haven't been able to practice too much. All the teams sharing time here at this facility, the indoor practice facility. And none of that's really like a game action anyway. Ball and 2 strikes here on Stevenson against Parker Edwards to lead off the bottom of the third. Right-hander's pitch is way outside, 2-2. Goldpanners with a run on 3 base hits so far. Had 2 on with 1 out in the second, but did not score. After getting a run in the first, this one is hit to the left side. Shortstop Hartgrove off the mark, pulls the first baseman Taki off the bag, and so Stevenson is safe. And each of the first 3 innings, the Goldpanners have had the leadoff runner aboard. And that's going to be an error charged to the shortstop, Hudson Hartgrove. And that'll bring up Ian Armstrong. Armstrong was out of the lineup for a little while. Came back, started 0 for 8, but now 5 for his last 7 at the plate. Right-handed hitting Armstrong from St. Mary's with the runner on the move, swings and misses, and sliding in safely is Stevenson with a stolen bag. And the tying run moves into scoring position here in the third. Head coach Carlos Gonzalez out of the dugout. And I think he wants to talk to Armstrong is out. And that was batter's interference. So no stolen bag. Stevenson has to go back to first as Ian Armstrong was called for batter's interference. And now Pinal batting with the runner at first and 1 out. That's a tough one there for the Goldpanners. And that's why Coach Gonzalez came out of the dugout, talked to the home plate umpire. Tough break for the Panners. Instead of a runner at second with nobody out, now a runner at first with 1 out. And Matthew Pinal 1 for 1 with an RBI already in the game. Awaits the 0-1 pitch from the righty Edwards. Pinal takes a fastball off the plate. From Hope International, Matthew Pinal, second-year Goldpanner, played in Fairbanks in 2022. Venverlo on deck. Good start to this ball game. 2-1 lead for the Legends. Earlier today, the Junction City Brigade over TPA Texas 11-7. TPA Texas, the Goldpanners' opponent tomorrow. This one is up high. 4 4-team pools with 3 teams moving on from each. And then it'll be single elimination time, starting with quarterfinals. There goes the runner from first. Swung on, hit high into left center field, very high, and it's coming down out of the sky, finally into the glove of center fielder Small. So Pinal is out number 2, and that will bring up Vinny Venverlo. Vinny Vincent 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded out to short on a fielder's choice in the first inning. Goldpanners trailing 2-1 here. Broadcast brought to you by Spalding Chiropractic and Lenny and Patty Regan. Appreciate all of our sponsors here on Goldpanners Baseball. And Edwards gets the strike on the inside half to Vinny Venverlo. Venverlo for the Goldpanners. Freshman at San Diego. There goes the runner again. Throw to second. Oh boy, what a throw. Caught stealing. Goes 2-4. And that's it for the Goldpanners here in the third inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. We're headed to the fourth at the NBC World Series. It's Legends 2, Goldpanners 1 on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Glad you can spend part of your Saturday with us here. Goldpanners Baseball live from the NBC World Series here in toasty Wichita, Kansas. 94 degrees and high humidity. A little different than back home Fairbanks, where I see it's been in the 60s lately and pretty wet up there. We had a couple rain showers in recent days. Rain showers are much different here in Kansas. A lot of lightning. Everything looks like about a tornado is about to form. Beautiful weather here today. Sunny skies, partly cloudy. Goldpanners trailing 2-1 as we start inning number 4 here from Eck Stadium on the campus of Wichita State University. Connor Wolf, fourth inning of work. He has allowed 1 run on 4 base hits so far. Now facing Chase Frick, who was at the plate when the runner was picked off at first to end the top of the third inning. Time is called. And a home plate umpire writing in his sketch pad. I'm not sure what he's making note of here. Still the same batter, Chase Frick, in the cleanup spot. He'll be followed by Mendoza and Fowler. For our PannerVision fans, we will later have a full upload of the audio of this broadcast plus video that Chris is busy filming right now. We cannot show it to you live because of the NBC's contract for their video broadcast. So we've been encouraging everyone to put their video broadcast on and listen to us here on PannerVision and on ESPN Radio. Or just listen. Liner to left, base hit off the bat of Frick going the other way. A leadoff single for Chase Frick. And the 5th hit off of Connor Wolf, and the leadoff man aboard for the GPS Legends. They have some big boys on this team. Here's Nano Mendoza. There's some size. A lot of people didn't give this Legends team a chance in this one. This one is grounded off the glove of Venverlo, and everybody's safe. Had a play at first, but couldn't pick it up clean. And so he's safe at first, and they have not stated whether or not that's a hit or an error yet. But now first and second with nobody out here in the top of the fourth inning. And now they give it a hit. So 2 on, nobody out for Colby Fowler. And he puts a bunt down. Wolf will take the sure thing at first. So sacrifice bunt moves 2 runners into scoring position. As Frick goes to third, Mendoza to second base. And now here's the DH, Andrew Arthur Wren. Wren so far has walked, but he can bring in a couple of runs here. It's already a 2-1 lead for the Legends over the Goldpanners. Panners haven't lost in a long time and have lost just once since the Midnight Sun game. Can you believe it? Base hit to left. This will score 2. In comes Frick. Mendoza right behind him. And the Legends have a 4-1 lead over the Goldpanners here in the fourth inning. And Coach Carlos Gonzalez might get that bullpen up now as he pops out of the dugout. And Connor Wolf tries to gain his footing here. He just hasn't quite found a comfort zone here in this ball game. There have been base runners in each of the first 4 innings. And now, the 7th hit for the Legends. Not many teams have had 7 hits against the Goldpanners recently in a whole game. Panners have won 11 in a row, or 12 in a row now, and 24 of their last 25 overall. The only game the Goldpanners lost over the last 25 was one in which they led 4-2 in the 9th inning and lost. So they've been rolling, to say the least. Here's Rafael Pelletier. And Wolf starts with 2 balls and a strike. Pelletier out of Montreal, Quebec. Plays at the University of Kentucky, the Wildcats. And a check swing, a little poke towards second, charging, throwing, and getting the out at first is Clark. That's Alex Garcia, so Garcia comes into the game to play second base. Interesting there. Clark initially at second, and now it's Agar. Caleb Small, the batter. Runner at second and now 2 down. The Legends work it to perfection here in the fourth inning. Time is called before that pitch. A leadoff single by Frick. Mendoza followed with a single, and then the sacrifice bunt by Fowler moves both runners into scoring position. And now home plate umpire calling time again and writing in his notebook. I'm not sure what this is either. It's not a pinch hitter. Connor Wolf taking a walk, waiting to throw. The first pitch to Caleb Small. And now Wolf talking to the base umpire with palms up. Nobody throwing in the pen yet for Fairbanks. But that could change very quickly if Wolf does not retire Small. Fastball is popped up left side, foul territory. It's going to get out of play. There's not a whole lot of room in foul territory, at least down the lines. There is behind home plate. Almost like Groudon, a wild pitch that gets away, gets through the catcher, is going to score a run from third nearly every time. And Wolf readies with the pitch to Caleb Small. 2 runs are in here in the 4th inning. It's a 4-1 lead for the Legends. I started to say earlier, not a lot of people here at the tournament giving the Legends much of a chance here against the Goldpanners. And that is off the glove of Garcia into right. And an error will bring the run in. Runner from first is going to go to second, and the ball is off the glove of Clark. What is happening right now to the Goldpanners? An error brings another run in and pushes the runner all the way over to third. And my goodness, Garcia just into the game at second, and a routine ground ball off the glove into right field. "5-1 Legends." And they can bring in another run. This one's foul back, and now Wolf surely not going to be in a pleasant mood on the mound. The Goldpanners, with 2 errors on 1 play and 3 in the game. Joe Sandusky, the batter, trying to make it 6-1. High fly ball to right. It's carrying, going back, and reaching up and making the catch on a full sprint is Mealy to finally put an end to this top of the 4th, but the Legends score 3. They have a 5-1 lead after 3.5. It's Goldpanners Baseball live from the NBC World Series on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Panners find themselves in a 4-run deficit here at the NBC World Series opening game for both teams, Goldpanners and Legends. The good news is there's still a long way to go as we start the bottom of the 4th inning. Vinny Venverlo leading off, followed by Garrett Davidson and David Shackelford. Not sure why there were the defensive changes in the top of the 4th inning as Venverlo swings and misses for a strike on a check swing that went around. Alex Garcia into the game to play second base, pushing Cole Clark over to short. Garcia in the 2 spot, replacing Sam Stevenson, the newcomer who played just the 2.5 innings. Don't know if something happened to him when he was caught stealing in the bottom of the 3rd, but he is out of the game. That ball is hit high into left field. Fowler inside the line will make the catch as Venverlo is out number 1. The Panners, with just 3 base hits so far in the game, and only 1 run threatened in each of the first 2 innings. But now don't have a base hit in a little while. And that brings up Garrett Davidson against Parker Edwards. Goldpanners and Legends here on Baseball Round the Clock Day. 11 games over about 33 hours. And there will be a whole bunch of people that stay for every game. And this is a wonderful staff here at the NBC World Series. These guys really do a great job, and they're on top of everything. And they're going to have a long night and a long weekend here at the NBC World Series. But we appreciate the staff, everybody here helping out the Goldpanners and the press box. And man, attention to detail. We've played in a lot of postseason tournaments in the last 10 years or so, and these guys, second to none. Davidson, base hit to right. This one's going to go all the way to the wall, so Davidson will fly around first base, and he'll head into second with a stand-up double with 1 out here in the 4th. Davidson was hitting really well before taking some time off with injury. So good to see his bat sparking right back into action. That brings up David Shackelford. Panners, anyone who's followed this Goldpanner team this summer knows they are far from being finished in this game, despite the 4-run deficit. Panners, many come from behind wins this year, and again, average 8 per game, and hitting over 300 as a team. This Goldpanner team was batting .218 when we headed to Grand Forks for the GFI tournament in late June, and now all the way up over 300 at 304 to start the day. Shackelford 0 for 1 with a runner in scoring position here. Panners hoping to chip away at this Legends lead. Edwards pitch. Gets the outside corner for strike. It's 0-2. David Shackelford batting .323 on the year. Goldpanners with a long list of players hitting over 300. Ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. Shack with an 0-2 single to center brings in Davidson. The Panners are back on the board. It's 5-2. Well, you love to see it when a hitter can make adjustments on a 2-strike count and just gets enough of it to roll it over second base. And Shack drives in the second Goldpanner run of the day. And let's see if Christian Olea can keep things going. The newcomer from Arkansas Tech, just finishing up his baseball career there. 1 for 1. Singled in his first Goldpanner at bat. Takes a big swing and pops it up foul territory. It's playable for Taki, who makes the catch for out number 2. And that brings up Cole Clark now in the 9th spot. Clark now the shortstop after starting the game at second. He lined out to left in the 2nd inning. Goldpanners now with on the roster five hitters over 300. They lost multiple players that were batting over 300 at the end of the regular season and in the final weeks. Luke Thiel was batting .368 before his injury finished his season. Efren Ortega ended the year batting .353 and carrying the load as the catcher. Luke Shermer also done for the year at .333. This one is popped up shallow left, and in comes Fowler. He will reach up and make the catch for out number 3. The Goldpanners are retired here in the 4th inning, but they score a run. A one-out double by Davidson, scoring on the base hit from Shackelford. It's a 5-2 lead for the Legends after 4 here at the NBC World Series on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Goldpanners baseball on PannerVision and ESPN Radio Fairbanks, 107.9 FM, 820 AM. Brought to you by Usabelli Coal Mine and Clapp, Peterson, and Temeson. Garrow Von Dane with you live. Chris Carlson engineering from here in the press box. And a pitching change here as we start the 5th inning. Connor Wolf departs after 4 innings. And here is Brent Gadina. Brent Gadina takes over for the 5th inning. The freshman from UC Riverside, 6'4", 240-pound right-hander out of Lockford, California. Gadina takes over for Wolf. 5-2 lead for the Legends over the Goldpanners. Panners have trailed in many games this year, only to come back and win. But different stakes here. The NBC World Series. These games are all so important. A little more pressure here, especially after a bunch of days not playing. Haven't played since Monday night. And some miscues today, 3 Goldpanner errors. And Gadina, this is outside 2 balls and a strike on Dayton Taki. Taki's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Taki, Hartgrove, and Frick, 2, 3, and 4 spots due up here for the Legends, who have not played intimidated whatsoever against the Goldpanners. This one is popped up into left field, shallow, coming in and getting underneath it to make the catches. Davidson for out number 1. Again, defensive changes last inning as Alex Garcia came into the game to play second. Cole Clark moving from second to short, and Sam Stevenson out of the game for unknown reasons. You never know what happens in these games in Wichita or how things are going to go. Panners have been here many times with a team that arguably should win the whole thing, but only once have they won it in the last 30 years. That was 2002. Well, I've only been a few times since then. We're here in 2003 and came back in the 20-teens, 2014, 18 and 19, and now back here in 2025. Hartgrove with an 0-2 count here against Gadina, the right-hander. Way inside for a ball. It's 1-2. The Goldpanners in 2003 looked like they were a shoo-in to repeat as national champions, and then stumbled, and next thing you know, they were done, just in shocking fashion. And then the team that they defeated along the way won the championship. That was the Chinese Taipei team. And weird things happen when you come to this tournament. Goldpanners dominated this thing in the 70s with 4 championships in the 70s. This one has popped up foul territory. Armstrong makes the catch. Hartgrove retired for out number 2. That brings up Chase Frick. Boy, oh boy, would it feel good to have a 1-2-3 inning. Wolf was certainly not helped by his defense at times, but just could never find a comfort zone. Unofficially, 5 runs, 3 earned for Wolf on 7 base hits in 4 innings. Struck out 3 and walked 2. Chase Frick is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Godina trying to put him down in order. The Goldpanners in the bottom of the 5th will have the top of the order due up. Mealy, Garcia, and Armstrong. Right-hander delivers a pitch upstairs. And we're getting word now that Davidson is out of the game. And Friedberg is in for him. More changes. So Hunter Friedberg is in left. He's so far away from where we're sitting, I didn't even notice. 3 balls and a strike to Frick. Godina misses with a fastball up and in. So a 2-out walk to Frick will bring up Mendoza. We'll keep an eye on the runner, Frick. The Legends have shown they like to run the bases. Nano Mendoza. So put Hunter Friedberg in the 6th spot of the batting order. And you lose the good bat of Garrett Davidson. He's 1 for 1 with a double, a run scored, and a walk in the game. And he hurt something, and now he's out of the game. And now the Panners just fighting to survive here in this first game. And it would be the shot heard around the tournament if the Panners were unable to come back in this one against the Legends. Runner takes off. Here's the throw to second in plenty of time. Olea had him by a mile. Caught stealing, ends the inning. And we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. We played half a ball game, friends. Goldpanners trail it 5-2 here on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Goldpanners trailing 5-2 here in their opening game of the NBC World Series. This is day 3 of the tournament. And the Panners trying to get things going. It's been a little sloppy today. The Goldpanners, though, hanging around, trailing 5-2. And as we start this bottom of the 5th, it's the top of the order. Owen Mealy, Alex Garcia, and Ian Armstrong against Parker Edwards, the right-hander who works into the 5th inning. Goldpanners made the call to the pen to start the top of the 5th with Godina replacing Wolf. Here's the 2-0. And a little bouncer in front of home plate, and that'll be fielded by Edwards. Underhand toss to first to take care of Mealy, 1 down. And Alex Garcia will get his first at-bat here at the NBC. Alex, a fourth-year Goldpanner, but first time playing at the NBC. Alex played his last 2 collegiate seasons about an hour away at Kansas Wesleyan. Home plate umpire signaling that Alex Garcia's a different batter here, as the umpire was not aware that Agar came in defensively, or if he was, he's signaling anyway to the press box in case they were unaware. So Stevenson ends an 0 for 2 day for unknown reasons. And now Agar hits this one high into left center, and a long running sliding catch by Small. Ball hung up just a little too long, and Garcia's out number 2. And now 4 straight retired for Edwards. He has allowed just 5 Goldpanner hits and 2 runs in the game. And that'll bring up Ian Armstrong. It's certainly a different field here, different environment, different climate. Everything changes, and Armstrong reaches out and pokes that one into center field. Base hit for Armstrong's first hit of the game. And now let's see if Matthew Pinal can drive in another Goldpanner run. Boy, it'd be great to cut this 1-2 and get back on the board and chip away at this Legends lead. What a wonderful season in Fairbanks this summer. Hope you all were able to come out to some ball games. A home finale on Monday night with the Goldpanners winning 6-0. Panners winning their last 12 back in Fairbanks. Liner off the glove of Edwards into center field, sharply hitting off the bat of Pinal, as it always is. And let's see if the Panners can get some 2-out thunder going here. 2 on with 2 down for Vinnie Vincent Venverlo. And now time is called momentarily as the coaching staff checks on Edwards to make sure he's okay, as that ball was whistled right back at him. He was able to dance out of the way. I think it caught the top of the mitt. And now Venverlo. This would be huge to get some 2-out runs. Venverlo awaits the first pitch from Edwards, who looks at the runners twice, 3 times. Inside for ball 1. And some stretching now in the Legends bullpen. Venverlo with Friedberg on deck. Chopped foul. This is the 3rd time through the order now for Parker Edwards, the right-hander from Houston Christian University. He threw 89 1/3 this year at school with a 3.83 earned run average. Venverlo. Another one fouled towards the Goldpanner dugout. Panners in the third base dugout today. And the Legends on the first base side. 2 on, 2 down. The 1-2 pitch to Vinnie Vincent. Way outside, try to get him to swing and miss something off the plate. Now the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Van Verlo, ground out in the first, flew out to left in the 4th inning. Foul ball to stay alive. Good crowd here, most of the people hiding in the shade, obviously, on this hot, humid day in Kansas. But it's nothing unusual for the locals. And this is the way summer is. Van Verlo awaits another 2-2. Pitch on the way from Edwards. Popped up shallow left and running out towards the line and making the catch is the shortstop Hartgrove. And the Panners strand a couple of base runners. No 2-out runs here in the 5th. We've played 5 complete, and it's the GPS Legends 5, the Goldpanners 2 here at the NBC World Series on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Sweltering hot, humid Wichita, Kansas. Fortunate enough to be in the press box here at X Stadium. Tyler Field, here on the campus of Wichita State University. What a beautiful campus it is. And the Goldpanners trailing 5-2 as we start the 6th. Second inning of work for pitcher Brent Gadina, and he gets a pop-up off the bat of Mendoza, and it's caught by Armstrong for out number 1. Good work for Gadina so far. He's faced 4 batters. No hits, just 1 walk, and that runner was caught stealing to end the 5th. Now facing Colby Fowler, who's 0 for 1 with a sac bunt. NBC World Series here in Kansas. Brought to you by the Foundation Health Partners and Kendall Toyota of Fairbanks. This is just the start of baseball around the clock, 33 hours, give or take, of straight baseball. Earlier today, the Junction City Brigade defeated TPA Texas 11-7. And this one's grounded to short. Backhanded, stopped by Clark, turns and throws quickly to first, but Armstrong can't dig it out of the turf. And the runner will go to second. So Fowler all the way over to second, another Goldpanner miscue, as they have 4 errors today. Or check that. Is that right? Scoreboard is still not putting errors on the board. Yeah, that's 4 Goldpanner errors. And it puts a runner in scoring position with 1 out for Andrew Ortha-Wren. After this game, it'll be the Oklahoma MVP versus the defending champion Hayes Kansas Larks. The 8:30 game, although everything's going to get pushed back probably, is the Seattle Blackfins against the Lone Star Kraken. Panners can ill afford to give up any more runs. Here in the top of the 6th. And it's 1-1 on the left-handed hitting designated hitter Wren. A 2-run single in the 4th inning. He walked his first time up. Now facing the right-hander Godina. It misses off the plate. It's 2-1. Later on, it's scheduled for a midnight first pitch. The Santa Barbara Foresters face the BTL Hornets. And then at 3 a.m., the Seattle Studs will take on the San Diego Stars. Godina misses outside again. It's 3-1. Then it's the Derby Twins against Lone Star Collegiate at 6 a.m. I'm glad we're not playing at 3 a.m. or 6 a.m., that's for sure. And the schedule just keeps going all the way until our next game at 6 p.m. tomorrow. And it's ball 4 to Wren. 6 p.m. tomorrow, we'll take on TPA Texas. But again, keep posted on my Twitter page at VoiceOfGman. Well, I will keep you up to speed on game start times, the PannerVision link, and everything else. Putting up a lot of pictures so far from our trip. And pitching coach Vince Payne out to the mound to talk to Godina with runners at first and second and 1 down. Vince Payne, drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates out of Cyprus back in 2010. Spent some time in the Pirates organization, now coaching at Hope International. Done a marvelous job this year calling pitches for the Goldpanners, but now the Panners in error, putting them in some danger again here in the 6th inning. And boy, so far a forgetful game for Fairbanks, especially defensively. 4 errors, had some struggles pitching. And 7 hits, but just 2 runs so far. Going to need a lot more to come back in this one, but still a lot of time. We're only in the top of the 6th inning as ACD plays. Heard a lot of Ozzy Osbourne here at the ballpark this week after the passing of the legend himself, Mr. John Michael Osborne. And just 17 days after that big final concert for Black Sabbath with all the original members, and then an 8.5-hour concert with a whole bunch of bands paying tribute to the boys from Birmingham. Rafael Pelletier will bat here with runners first and second and 1 down. And that one's stopped in the turf by Olea for ball 1. So Godina is throwing a lot of strikes, but seems to have started missing when the runner reached safely after the error with 1 out. Now concerned about the runners. Might be distracting him a bit here. Let's see if Godina can get back and get ahead of Pelletier. And there's a strike. It's 1-1. Takes a little off of that one, does Godina. After Pelletier, it's Caleb Small in the 9 spot. Hot day here in Wichita. Goldpanners dugout in the shade. This one's fouled back and out of play over the netting. And big thanks to David Noah, who follows us on PannerVision. You see him on the YouTube chat, for treating General Manager John Lorkey and I to lunch. It was great to see Dave and his wife and have an awesome lunch here in Wichita. And the throw to first, the runner is picked off. Armstrong wants to tag him, but instead throws to third to get the runner there, and they do. Just barely, so a risky play by Armstrong, but it pays off as they get the runner at third. And so 2 down in the inning. Wren is safe at first. Play goes 2-3-5, caught stealing on Fowler. And now Pelletier with 2 down. Checks his swing. They say no, he did not go. He's 0 for 2 so far in the game. It is a 5-2 lead for the GPS Legends against this vaunted Alaska Goldpanners team. Apparently they had Anchorage on the scoreboard earlier. That one's fouled off. You can't do that. It's definitely not the Anchorage Goldpanners. So everybody sprang into action to correct that one quickly. Pitch to Pelletier, and he lines this one to left for a base hit. First and second with 2 down as the inning continues. 3 have reached safely in the inning on an error, a walk, and a single. But the Legends ran into an out. There was also a pop-up to open up this 6th inning. It looks like the Legends will have a new pitcher in the bottom of the 6th. There was a left-hander throwing between innings. Caleb Small, the batter, in the 9 spot. Reached on an error his last time up, went all the way to 3rd. It was a 2-error play. First and second, 2 down. Godina's pitch. This is inside. It's 2-0 on Small. Top of the order, Sandusky due up for the Legends, who are out in front of the Goldpanners here. 5-2 as we have entered the second half of this afternoon's ball game. That one is crushed to left but foul out of play. Here on campus you can see the original Pizza Hut, which we can see over the right field bleachers from here. A little brick structure that still remains and still sells pizza. Original Pizza Hut here right in the middle of campus. Here's Godina's pitch, and it's swung on and fouled off. It only had, the reason it was called Pizza Hut was because the founders used an existing sign that only had room for 3 letters after the word pizza. So they had to come up with a cool 3-letter word. And they settled on Hut. Pitch to Small. Misses for ball 3. Count goes full on the 9-hitter Caleb Small, center fielder for the Legends. Godina with a big pitch here with 2 on and 2 outs. Payoff. Gets him. Looking. Called. Strike 3 on the inside corner. Huge pitch from Godina to end the 6th inning and strand a couple of base runners. We've played 5.5 from X Stadium here in Wichita, Kansas. The Goldpanners trailing the Legends 5-2 here on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Goldpanners baseball here on PannerVision and ESPN Radio Fairbanks, 107.9 FM, 820 AM. Welcome all of our Fairbanks listeners and viewers here to Wichita, Kansas. Opener of the NBC World Series for these two teams here on day 3. Legends out of Texas and the Alaska Goldpanners. Panners trailing 5-2. Unusual position here for Fairbanks. The Goldpanners start with Hunter Friedberg. First plate appearance of the ball game since replacing Davidson in left. Davidson ends a 1-for-1 day before departing with what apparently is some kind of injury. We'll have to get some further word on that. Pitches inside. New pitcher into the game for the GPS Legends, as we suspected. It's number 48, Jackson Elizondo. Jackson Elizondo from San Antonio, Texas, and Tarleton University. The left-hander into the game. So that's all for Parker Edwards. He goes 5 strong, allowing just 2 Goldpanner runs on 7 hits. And the left-hander deals a strike after falling behind 3-0. Let's see if the Panners can get the leadoff runner aboard for the 4th time in the game. Usually Panners always bring that runner in after he gets on base, but today just 1 for 3 in those opportunities, and Friedberg draws the base on balls. Safe at first with nobody out here against the new pitcher, Jackson Elizondo, the left-hander. Freshman at Tarleton, now facing Shack. David Shackelford, 1 for 2 in the game. Garrow Von Dane here live. Chris Carlson on the controls. You can tell us who you are on the YouTube chat if you're tuned in. Our next game's scheduled for 6 p.m. tomorrow, but as I've been saying, we've got baseball around the clock right now, so some of those start times will be pushed back, but you can stay posted on my Twitter page at VoiceOfGman. I've been putting up Panner stuff all summer long, and a lot from here in Wichita, since we don't have our great social media crew here, Kinley, or CC. So it's just me putting stuff on Twitter, and then hopefully they're reposting some of that on the Goldpanner Instagram page and Facebook page. Here's the 1-1 to Shack, and it's way up and away. 2-1, so some control issues already for the new left-hander, Jackson Elizondo, and there's a righty and a lefty throwing in the pen for the Legends right now. Runner at first with nobody out. Let's see if this is the inning the Panners can rally, and time is called, and a visit to the mound by the pitching coach for the Legends. Well, it's been funny. We got to Wichita on the red eye. We left Tuesday night out of Fairbanks. Arrived early afternoon on Wednesday. Everybody just kind of slept off the red eye, took some naps, rested up. And then on Thursday, Panners came here, got some hitting, stretching, and throwing in. And we, of course, explored the town a little bit, Old Town, a little ways away from downtown Wichita, Kansas. It's pretty gorgeous downtown with the river and the Keeper of the Plains, gigantic statue downtown, art piece of art. And the new ball field down there that replaced Lawrence Dumont, where the Wichita Wind Surge play. And Jackson Elizondo goes back to work here against Shack and misses for ball 4. So back-to-back walks to open up this bottom of the 6th inning, and the door is open for the Goldpanners, who usually punish opponents and make them pay. And now out of the dugout comes the coach again, so this is going to be it. Jackson Elizondo lasts just 2 batters and walks them both. Pitching change coming up here at X Stadium when we come back. It's Goldpanners baseball here on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. New pitcher into the game for the GPS Legends is number 31, Clint Beck. So Clint Beck replacing Jackson Elizondo, who could not retire a Goldpanner. He faced two batters, walked them both. Coaches making the decision right away. And they're selling out for this game. A win against the Goldpanners would be huge for the Legends. It'd almost guarantee them a spot in the quarterfinals. So they make the move to bring in Clint Beck, the right-hander from Temple, Texas, 6'1", out of Weatherford Junior College. Goldpanners in business here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Christian Olea, third Goldpanner plate appearance for the newcomer from Arkansas Tech. He's 1 for 2, and now facing the new pitcher Beck, who has the low sidearm delivery, sort of like Hunter Beck. And they both have the same last name. Is that weird or what? Christian Olea, number 27 in a Goldpanner uniform. Panners trailing 5-2. But a huge opportunity here. Corner infielders come in, and he pops a bunt down third base side, and it is perfectly put down by Olea. That is the best bunt by a Goldpanner perhaps this year. And it's a bunt single to load the bases. He hit it hard down the third base line, and there was no play. So the bases are full of gold for the first time here this afternoon, and Cole Clark out of the 9th spot will bat here. 0 for 2 in the ball game. Cole Clark, oh boy, a base hit would be huge here for Clark. Panners trailing by 3 and trying to rally here in the 6th. The right-hander Beck misses for ball 1. Huge moment in the game here for both teams. The Legends hanging on to this 5-2 lead. The Panners trying to rally. Bases full of gold for Cole Clark. The 1-ball pitch. Outside for ball 2. After Clark, things get tougher for Clint Beck. Owen Mealy is due up at the top of the order. Then Garcia and Armstrong and Pinal to follow. Well, time is gone. So first Clark took time, and took a long time. Then Beck stepped off to take time. And now the pitch from Beck. Outside for a ball. Isn't it 3-0? Yeah, it's 3-0. The scoreboard still said 1-0, but it is 3-0 right now. And a huge pitch coming up here from Beck. Nowhere to put him. 3-0 pitch. Now the scoreboard says 1-1. And it's ball 4. And that walks in a run. Now wait a second. Now the Goldpanners are going to be... Is there 2 outs now? Now wait a second. Confusion. Clark was talking to the home plate umpire. Friedberg was coming in to score, and then they threw home to tag out Friedberg. So confusion at home plate. I don't know if he was confused by the count because the scoreboard was way off on the count. But that was ball 4, as long as home plate umpire ruled it a ball. Now the coach of the Legends wants to understand what's happening. That almost looked like disaster for the Panners, but it was ball 4. And that brings in Friedberg. It's now a 5-3 game. Give Clark an RBI on the walk. And things starting to fall apart here a little bit for the Legends after the exit of starting pitcher Parker Edwards, who must have just been out of gas because he was pitching a good ball game through 5. And now the base is still full. First pitch to Mealy, and he takes a strike. Mealy, who's been batting .500 for the last few weeks, is 1 for 3 in this game. With a run scored, that came back in the first. The scoreboard hasn't changed the score. But it is 5-3 now. And that pitch is downstairs for a ball. It's 1-1. Jackson Elizondo came in to start this sixth inning, walked 2 batters, and was pulled. A bunt single off of Beck, and then he walks the next batter. And now, facing Mealy with the bases stacked and its way outside. 2-1. Tough situation here for Beck because you can't just throw something over the heart of the plate against Owen Mealy, but you can't just walk in another run in this close ball game. Way inside, and a good job to field it by Pelletier. And the Panners just letting the Legends self-destruct here in the inning. Mealy. Down low for ball 4. Beck arguing the case, but that was down and away. And in to score is Shackelford. It's now a 5-4 game. And are we going to get another pitching change? Mealy draws the bases loaded walk. It's now 5-4. And a pitching change indeed coming up. The Legends self-destructing here in Wichita, and the Goldpanners more than happy to take advantage, but they still trail it 5-4 here in the 6th. We'll be right back on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Goldpanners rallying here, largely without having to take the bat off their shoulders here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 runs have crossed. 2 pitchers have been pulled. And the bases are still loaded for Fairbanks with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 5-4 lead for the Legends. That lead in serious jeopardy right now as Alex Garcia will be the batter against the new pitcher, David Dressendorfer. Number 19, David Dressendorfer. Another left-hander out of Round Rock, Texas. You guessed it, 5'11" from Angelo State University. Elizondo, 0 innings of work. Beck, also 0 innings of work. Neither able to get an out. And a coaching staff of the Legends wasting no time as they are entirely focused on winning this game against the Goldpanners, and why shouldn't they? Got a 5-1 lead in the middle of the 4th. But that is slipping away now, 5-4. The base is stacked for Alex Garcia, a hometown legend from North Pole, Alaska. 0 for 1 since entering the ball game defensively. At second. And the first pitch from the new pitcher, Dressendorfer, and Garcia rolls this one softly to third. The only play is to first, and that ties the game. Olea comes in to score, and it's a 5-5 ball game. Garcia thrown out, but gets the RBI. Ball was hit softly enough for Garcia. So fast, it's a play that he might be able to hustle in safely, but he is thrown out by Mendoza, and now here's Ian Armstrong with just one out as Armstrong will try to give the Goldpanners their first lead of the day. Infield playing shallow, and Armstrong licking his chops here. A power bat for Fairbanks. Swings and rolls it softly to first. Backhanded stop. They throw home, and the tag is safe as the call. Sliding underneath the tag is Clark. And the Panners get a run without surrendering an out. Armstrong with a fielder's choice, and the Panners have a 6-5 lead and still Gold at the corners with just one out. The Panners have come back again, and now want to take advantage as best they can here in the sixth inning. Opportunities have been at a premium here today, but Legends opening the door here in the sixth. The Panners punching right through it. Strike is called on Matthew Pinal, who's 2 for 3 in the ball game. Let's see if all this wakes up the Goldpanner bats a little bit. Only one hit in the inning. That was a bunt single by Christian Olea. The throw to first base. And staying put for now is Armstrong. I thought they were going to throw to first on that play. And they had a chance, though, to get the runner at home, but Clark gets that foot underneath the tag. A close play at the plate. Left-hander's pitch is popped back and out of play. Off the glass here in the press box. Beautiful press box and stadium here. Pinal in the hole 0-2, but it doesn't usually bother him. And the 0-2 pitch misses for ball one. Mealy at third, Armstrong at first. The Goldpanners have put 4 on the board so far here in the sixth inning. Panners overcoming 4 errors today to regain the lead. And Pinal checked his swing, held up on that changeup, and hangs in there with a 2-ball, 2-strike count now. After Pinal is Venverlo. Boy, tough position for the Legends. And that's called strike 3. Pinal K'd by the new pitcher Dressendorfer for the second out of the inning. And here's Venverlo, who's 0 for 3 so far in the ball game, so he's due. Panners want more. It's just 6-5 now. Can Venverlo, the 9th batter of the inning, deliver and give the Panners a little bit of breathing room? With still a long way to go. It's just the bottom of the 6th. Vinnie Vincent, right-handed hitter against the lefty David Dressendorfer from Angelo State. Misses for a ball. It's 1-1. The inning started with 2 walks, a bunt single to load the bases, then a bases-loaded walk, another bases-loaded walk. That brought in the second run. Ground ball out by Garcia brought in a run, and that one hits Venverlo. Venverlo hit by the pitch to load the bases again for the Goldpanners. As Armstrong goes to second, and another mistake by a Legends pitcher, and now here comes Hunter Friedberg. His second plate appearance in the inning. He walked his first time up to start this rally. And now Hunter facing Dressendorfer. Dressendorfer, the third pitcher of the inning. Lefty-lefty matchup, and Friedberg takes ball one. And painful for the fielders of the Legends here, as they have watched the pitching struggles and their lead evaporate. Friedberg with a huge at bat here in the sixth takes a strike. It's 1-1. Goldpanners baseball here in Wichita. Brought to you by Rod Saw Shop and Yamamoto Dental. And left-hander's pitch skipped in front of home plate, and a good stop by Pelletier. Goldpanners also thank local 375 plumbers and pipe fitters. Go Union, go. And Mountain River Marketing. What a moment in this ball game. The base is stacked. And two down, Friedberg takes a strike. Now Dressendorfer one strike away from leaving the bases full. And the left-hander sets. Delivers. Off the plate. Just missing. Slider from the lefty Dressendorfer. And the count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. With the bases loaded, will Friedberg walk for a second time in the inning? It would bring in a run. If so, payoff pitch. Ball 4. Legends can't believe it. But Friedberg draws his second walk of the inning. And it brings in another Goldpanner run. And it's now 7-5 as Mealy touches home. And the merry-go-round moves up. The base is still loaded for now David Shackelford. And the Legends just trying to get out of this inning, but it has been nightmarish. 5 walks, 1 hit batsman, and just 1 Goldpanner hit. That was a bunt single. And they're in all sorts of trouble if the Panners get a second base hit here, with Gold on every base. Shack awaits the 1-strike pitch from Dressendorfer. Swing and a miss. Dressendorfer retired the first. A couple batters he faced. Should have been the first 3. But then he hits Venverlo with 2 outs and then walks Friedberg with the bases loaded. But now he's ahead of Shack 0-2. Shackelford fouls it off to stay alive. Parker Edwards, 5 innings, 2 runs on 7 hits. But he will now get a no decision, as that lead has disappeared in his absence. Here's the left-hander's 0-2. Swung on, hit to short, and the force out at second base will end the inning. And that is it for the Goldpanners here in the 6th, but they send 11 batters to the plate and take a 7-5 lead here in the 6th inning. We're going to the 7th. It's 7-5 Goldpanners here at the NBC World Series on PannerVision and ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Goldpanners baseball here on PannerVision and ESPN Radio Fairbanks 107.9 FM, 820 AM. Goldpanners now in front 7-5, their first lead of the game. Panner ball brought to you by Right Air. Live from Wichita, Kansas. Hayes Larks in the house watching from the third base side. And a new pitcher into the game for the Goldpanners. As this one is grounded to short on the first pitch of the 7th inning. And Sandusky grounds out 6-3, one down for Dayton Taki. And now pitching for the Alaska Goldpanners is Jake Covey. Jake Covey, a brand new Panner from Costa Mesa, California, and Concordia in Irvine, California. Making his first Goldpanner appearance after Connor Wolf and Brent Gadina. Wolf 4 innings, Gadina 2. There we get our first look at Jake Covey, number 24 in your programs. That one is lined right to the Panner dugout, and Coach Gonzalez ducks out of the way of that. Whoop, strike. Coach somehow able to wear a hoodie, a black hoodie today on a 95-degree humid day in Wichita, Kansas. He offers a baseball to the Larks, and there's no takers. And here comes the right-hander Covey with his pitch to Taki, and that one's thrown to the backstop. Way off the mark. And he'll hear it from the fans and the Legends dugout. 7-5 Goldpanner lead here in the top of the 7th inning. They do take me out to the ball game here at the 7th inning stretch. We haven't heard that song all summer because obviously we don't do it in Fairbanks, and they also don't do it in Grand Forks at the GFI. Taki's 1 for 3 in the ball game. The Panner scoring 5 runs in the 6th inning on just 1 base hit. His control problems doom the Legends in the 6th, but still a lot of baseball left. And now the count is full 3-2 on Taki, with Hartgrove on deck against the newest Goldpanner pitcher, Jake Covey. The right-hander misses inside for ball 4, so a 1-out walk to Taki. Brent Gadina goes 2 innings, does not give up a run, so good work for Brent. He does walk a couple and allow 1 base hit. Gadina with 1 strikeout. Connor Wolf, unofficially 4 innings, 5 runs, only 3 earned on 7 base hits. The scoreboard has been off all day, so I don't know what to tell you about that. But we're maintaining stats here on our own, so don't fear, friends. Armstrong holding the runner on at first. That one is smashed to left. This ball is gone. A 2-run home run for Hudson Hartgrove off of the newest Goldpanner, Jake Covey, and this game is tied. A home run can be the equalizer. And the first home run of the game brings in a pair and ties this game as Hartgrove goes yard. And it is now a 7-7 ball game. The Legends are right back in it. And boy, did they need that one after a long bottom of the 6th. Well, Panners have had their struggles today. And they're going to have to rally some more. Chase Frick, the walk really hurts there with 1 out, because that turns that home run into 2 runs. This one is chopped towards first, but it's a foul ball. Off the bat of Chase Frick. 1 for 2 with a run scored and a walk so far in the game. Well, Panners take their first lead of the game, but give it right back again, so it's tied now here in the 7th inning. Well, let's see if Covey can just keep it that way now. Give the Goldpanners a chance to regain that lead in the bottom of the 7th. Panners do have 8 runs today, but it just doesn't feel like a normal Goldpanner offensive day, even though they've got 7 runs and 8 hits. But if you've been following along, you know what I mean. It just doesn't feel like they're comfortable yet here at X Stadium. And you know you got to work out some kinks, but both teams have to do that. It's not an excuse. Everybody's got to do it when you start play here at the NBC. Panners with 4 errors in the game. The Legends have 1. Here's Covey's pitch, and it's inside for a ball. First appearance for the newest Goldpanner, Jake Covey. Junior from Concordia. Sharply hit to second. Garcia has that one. Pumps, throws the first for the 4-3 ground out to take care of the cleanup spot. And that brings up Nano Mendoza. Mendoza 1 for 3 here in game 1 of this NBC World Series tournament, brought to you by Diamond Fencing and Fairbanks Community Food Bank. Again, greetings to all of our friends in Fairbanks and everybody cheering on the Panners back at the Botel. Appreciate everything from you all summer long. Raleigh and Natalie and the gang. Wish we could take y'all with us here down to Wichita. 7-7 ball game here. 2 down and the base is empty, but 2 runs are in. The big shot, a 2-run home run for Hudson Hartgrove, has tied this game once again at 7 in the 7th inning. Covey's pitch is down and away for a ball. Went to the Shocker Team Store across the road yesterday. Love the Shocker merch. And I'm about out. Swing and a miss. Mendoza strikes out. Covey recovers after the 2-run bomb. And it is stretch time here at X Stadium at the NBC World Series. And the Goldpanners and Legends tied at 7 here on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. Welcome back to Wichita, Kansas, here in the hot heat and humidity, sunny skies, slight breeze going right to left rather. Garrow Von Dane with you live. The Goldpanners take on the GPS Legends. The first game for both here at the NBC World Series 2025. Panners' first trip back to Wichita since 2019. We'll play again tomorrow, somewhere around 6 p.m. Keep you posted on that on my Twitter page. 7-7 ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. And that one's grounded over the mound into center field off the glove of the diving second baseman Sandusky. And the Panners have a leadoff single from Christian Olea. Panners sent 11 batters to the plate in the 7th. Only one base hit, but control problems, walks, and a hit batsman helped the Panners to a 5-run inning. They gave them a 7-5 lead, but the Legends came right back with a 2-run home run to tie it. And that's where we sit now. Olea's third hit of the game, 3 for 4. Dave Dawson was right. He's going to hit. And here's Cole Clark, 0 for 2 with a walk so far in the game. Started the game at second and had to move to short. Some early defensive shuffling for the Goldpanners. A couple of players getting hurt, hopefully nothing serious or lasting. 7-7 game. That one misses. It's 2-0. From David Dressendorfer, fourth pitcher of the game. Parker Edwards, 5 innings, and Elizondo and Beck couldn't get an out. Now Dressendorfer gets the job done to finish off the 6th, and now works in the 7th. This one directly over the mound. Again, a reaching play. A nice one by Sandusky to get the force out at second. He's got some range there. He made that play behind the second base bag. Huge play there, because otherwise it's 2 on, nobody out. And maybe even runners at the corners. Instead, runner at first. With 1 out now as we go to the top of the order for Owen Mealy. Mealy a 1 for 3 day. A bases loaded walk to drive in a run. He's scored twice in the ball game. They're still looking for that real breakout inning. 5 runs in that 6th, but again, just 1 hit. There is 1 home run today, but it belongs to the GPS Legends. A 2-run shot for Hartgrove to tie this game up. That one's down low. It's 1-1 to Goldpanner Owen Mealy. Panner Baseball. Brought to you by Power and Transmission, and Jerry and Howard Maxwell. 7-7 ball game. Here's the pitch from Dressendorfer. And it's way up and away. 2 balls and a strike. Dressendorfer. Angelo State University, 5'11". And battling against this tough Goldpanner lineup. The left-hander checks the runner at first. And misses away. This game started at 3:15. We're now at 5:38 local time. A lot more games to go, about 9 more straight before baseball around the clock comes to an end. Panners will be part of that, as scheduled to play at 6 p.m. tomorrow. And we'll have that all for you right here on PannerVision and ESPN Radio Fairbanks, 107.9 FM, 820 AM. This is the second game of baseball around the clock after Junction City defeated TPA Texas 11-7 in the first game of the day. Left-hander's pitch. Called a strike to throw to second with the runner on the move, and he is gunned down at second. And a strike him out, throw him out. Ends the 7th inning. And we're going to the 8th. Still tied at 7 here on ESPN Radio Fairbanks. First day for the Goldpanners here at the NBC World Series 2025. It's day 3 of the tournament.